put you next to Keeks. Okay.
Okay.
Alexia, next to your new best friend Julia.
Yeah.
Who's Anna?
I smell a star.
Even when we were in New York, Auntie was like, "Oh, does anyone still talk to any of the girls?"
Does anyone ever see Anna?
No, and I don't want to. Yeah. Well, I'm not scared. That's my favorite. You guys are something else. You guys are really pathetic. Okay, but can someone explain to me, because what is the problem with Anna?
Oh, I wanna know that. Okay. I really want to know that.
Seeing Anna's placement card on the table and putting pieces all together. Oh, Adriana.
What's up, y'all? It's Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video. Today, we're going to talk about the Real Housewives of Miami. And like I said, all the other shows are going to come back next week, but Miami came back this week, which, I mean, I don't know if it's because it's not doing great or the ratings. I think the show's great, so I mean, it was what it was, right? But y'all like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
Yeah, let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flaming lips. You wanna play with me? You can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, won it, securing the bag.
All right, so we opened up the episode with Alexia going out, furniture shopping for Peter, and Frankie's there as well.
Set up, you have
The
everything
move, yeah, set up.
This is where you want to live, then maybe you can buy something.
No.
For now, you're good renting.
And it turns out to she's picking out some pieces for herself. I feel like when you go out shopping for people, you obviously naturally just look and see, like, okay, I like this, I like this for myself. I think that's what people do, right? But she basically sits down and tells them that the apartment that they were living in for 6 years is now they have to move. The guy's like, okay, you have to leave on the 15th. She came back from vacation and just found that out. But later in the episode, Todd was like, he always knew. He knew what it was, but he didn't tell Alexia. So she's just kind of concerned that everything's gonna be moving so quick, because Frankie got accustomed to the building that they were in. It's like living in a hotel resort cruise style, so he knows everyone, and it's very convenient for Frankie. So she's just trying to figure out how she's gonna maneuver her whole entire family in this type of new environment that they're about to be in.
Renting for the last 6 years. Fortunately, the owner decided to sell his apartment, and he sold it really quick because I made it so beautiful.
But very much something doesn't make sense to me, especially towards the end when she was talking about, like, yeah, he told us that our lease ended at the end of the month, but he told us that maybe y'all should be fine on the 15th, finding another place, blah 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 blah. So basically the person or the owner broke the lease, or did y'all break the lease? Because then what Adriana was saying kind of rang true what Anna King Gossip told us. So I'm just like, okay, something in the bottom I can't clean, right? So we see Julia and Adriana there in the car. They're over here just chit-chatting about Lisa and how they felt like the other girls ganged up on her. But I'm just like, y'all had questions too. Like, we can't just absolve ourselves from the conversation. Like, everybody had questions about Lisa making these stupid ass choices. I mean, she do, but I mean, Lisa didn't want to talk about that in that moment. She was trying to put her mind on something else, but then everybody brought it up. Adriana feels like Alexia was to talk about her relationship, talk about, this is how I met Todd, this is how we did it. She's like, girl, y'all are not even in a place to talk, because when I heard from Anna, the little bird, I heard from Anna is that, they're in, basically broke.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around.
About Alexia and Todd and the whole thing. Said that they're having some financial issues.
And my whole thing is, I do feel like it's coming from a divisive place. It's not coming from a helpful place. Not coming from a becoming place. It's coming from a place of trying to be, with malintent. Like, I feel like Adriana brought Anna on the show to basically get at Alexia. Am I mad at it? No, but we're gonna call a spade a spade. Like, Adriana basically wants to get, Adriana can't get Alexia, so she's gonna get somebody else to get Alexia. I ain't mad at it. Ruffle some feathers, right? So basically, Anna talking about being that they're broke and they're over here going through some type of financial ruin because Todd's, he's in the loan business, and basically inflation rates are so high, people aren't even getting that much money. So they broke their lease to move to something cheaper. I mean, to be honest, like, if it's financially smart, I go with whatever's financially smart. That's what they want to do. Cool.
I'm just telling you because we're best friends.
Yeah.
And I know you're not going to repeat it.
No. Obviously.
Oh, Adriana asked Julia for a confidentiality, and she's like, look, you're my best friend, and I'm telling you this, like, you're not gonna run back and tell nobody. Julia's like, God, no, I will not tell her. But then she tells her the information, and Julia's like, in her confession, like, I don't feel comfortable to talk about Alexia's financial business. Okay, that might be fine, and that's cool, but that's your best friend. She rode for you when she didn't need to. She had your back in everything, right? So for me, I just feel like if Julia does, you know, break Adriana's trust, which I think she does, because Julia has been messy this whole entire season so far. Messy, down, and she's been coming from a Marisol religiously. So I do feel like she's going to break her trust because she's trying to build some type of good faith for Alexia. However, Adriana has stood by you through thick and thin on this show, right? So I just feel like for you to potentially break her trust, it just kind of fucked up. But what do I know? So Lisa goes to see Jody to have a dinner outside. It's reminding me of the dinner she threw for Lenny. She even brought that up, right? I'm just happy that finally Lisa has another man in her mouth than Lenny, right? Because at this point, like, I got so tired of hearing about this man. Like, we get it. He putting you through. Cool. It should be a side combo. Yeah, Lenny's on this girl. But, you know, I'm going on this cruise. I'm going on this whirlwind adventure with Jody. That's what we need to talk about. Like, talk about your man, right? So, you know, Lisa, she just talks about, you know,
the difference between Jody and Lenny is the fact that Jody's hot, Lenny's not.
She's right. But, I mean, you can say Jody's fit, Lenny got a big bag. So Lisa and Jody, they talk about the concerns from the other women. He's like, look, they all have opened me with open arms. They all have been so gracious to me. So it's kind of just weird that they over here talk about my finances and talk about, you know, me personally when, you know, everything has been good to my face. I mean, you know, the girls are going to be two-faced. But, you know, Jody asked, and I love the fact that he is like such a clear communicator with Lisa. Now, how he is on social media with Lenny, messy. But the way he communicates with Lisa, I feel like is very great. He tells her like what he needs, and he basically wants her to basically focus on him a little bit more and check up on him more. Basically meaning like, girl, you spend 95% of your time talk about Lenny. Give me at least some of that. Right? Yeah, to be honest, shouldn't be something. Should be a lot more, but to each his own. But shout out to him for being a great communicator. She recognized that, and she's like, you know, I'm gonna do better. Boom. So we see Gertie. She's at the bowling alley with her kids, and she basically, you know, tells them that, you know, this is what I'm going through. I have breast cancer, and it is very, you know, my hat goes off to Gertie and her strength, because like, breast cancer is not even no joke.
Then they'll tell me exactly what type of treatment is gonna happen. It's gonna be a little hard.
One of my aunts just passed away from stage 4 breast cancer, and like literally that's why like some of the videos are kind of not consistent as much, just because I was going back and forth from Maryland to North Carolina, 4 or 5 hour drive to, you know, spend time with family or go to the funeral, go to the service, the wake and stuff like that. So it's been a lot, but you know, at the end of the day, I feel like us as a family collective, we picked ourselves up, you know, everything is good, and you know, we're moving forward. So I can see, you know, like with Gertie, I feel like a lot of people are like, well, you know, she's acting like everything is fine, and she, you know, she seems normal. We don't know what's going on within her body. We don't know what's about what she's about to undergo with the surgery, with like the waiting, the stress, the worry. All these things could happen because it can go either way, you know. Like, so it's just like it's just one of those things where it can really get really messed up. So shout out to her and her family. Right. All right, so we see Alexia. She visits Todd at work, and you know, they talk about the whole moving out situation, and he talks about the whole lease, and that's the part that really questions me, because I'm like, okay, so did y'all break the lease, or did the guy break the lease, which is basically breaking the law? But I'm just confused, because like, if he basically said like, okay, well, you know, you have 15 days left, did he give you a prorate? Like, did he like take money off the top? Like, I'm just like, it just doesn't seem, it seems weird, right?
Knew that the apartment was being sold on the 15th, but we have a lease till the end of the month. Right. So he just thought we'd be willing to leave sooner. Right. So he just said, oh, you're moving on the 15th.
So Alexia's just like, you know, at the end, you know, we're going to be spending like at least $40,000 to $50,000. And I'm just like, hopefully this is a year and not a month, because a year, like $40,000 each month is crazy for me. For me, for me. But I mean, for a year, I can see that's around like $40,000 a year is around like $3,500 a month. I mean, that's pretty cheap for Miami. So I mean, I'm not mad at that. But hey, go ahead, girl. But she's not happy about moving. She's still very apprehensive about the whole moving situation. I don't know. Maybe there's not any available units within, you know, that same building. But I mean, maybe they could try that. But it is what it is, right?
We've had such a little time, and I went to Palm Beach with the girls, and I came back with that news.
You almost had a nervous breakdown.
I did.
So we see Lisa and Larsa, they go out for drinks. And first of all, shout out to the server. Miss Ma'am was painted down. He's like, yes, ma'am, you want this? This is really good, girl. This is the Asperspris. This is really good, girl. You want this? Yes, baby. I got it for you, baby. Like, he was ready. I was like, yes, ma'am. Can we also talk about Lisa picking up Larsa in the Honda? And when she pulled up, Larsa's like, what the? She's like, yeah, you know, they wanted me to try it out. You know, this is really cute. I'm like, and then the producers don't make it any better because they were here put all these luxury cars in the freaking roll. And I'm just like, this is shady. But I mean, she took it on the chin. So, hey.
What the fuck? Get in, loser.
But, you know, we talk about Lenny's motion. Nothing has moved forward. He's just made it. And to be honest, I feel like allegedly Lenny's doing all this just to have a lot of buzz in the news and have a lot of buzz around his name. And my whole thing is, regardless of whatever news and buzz he's going to have, it's going to always be negative, allegedly, because he wasn't a fan favorite. He wasn't likable. He not that attractive. So I'm just like, I mean, he don't have that much going for him, right? But, you know, they talk about, you know, Larsa basically says, like, I understand what you're going through. It's hard basically divorcing someone, because when I was really close with, you know, Scotty's sister, and she was living with us, but, you know, when we got divorced, the whole family divorced.
Birthdays, but that's not the case. It's hard. It's hard to be like, oh my God, now this person hates me because I'm not happy with their family member.
And I understand that, because like I told like my parents, if y'all divorce whoever y'all divorce, like, I divorced them too. That's just how I am. There's no reason for me to keep a relationship with y'all. Sorry, I'm with my parents, period. Lisa basically, you know, apologized for being a neglectful friend, and just basically saying that, you know, she's putting all of her stuff before everybody else, which, to be honest, like, I feel like friendships, we will understand that if you're going through something, girl, take the time you need. I'm always going to be here. Cool. But it is kind of good to have a friend that can be aware of, you know, the absence of, you know, quality time. So, I mean, shout out to Lisa for that. Lisa basically sets alarm to check in on Jody, and she calls him. She's like, Jody, oh my God, I set an alarm to check up on you. How are you doing, babe?
I'm sorry. Hey, babe. I just got a reminder on my phone to check in with you and your feelings.
How you doing, babe? I'm like, girl, I would have hung the phone. I'm like, girl, goodbye. Get out my face. You want to set an alarm. Girl, I am the main prize. You, like, I get where Larsa was talking about. Like, if you're dating someone, they're always in your mind in some way, shape, form, right? So, maybe she's just stressed. So, it's finally Nicole's, you know, Mother's Day party, and it's beautiful. Nicole looks great. Kiki comes in, and I just love Kiki. Kiki like, oh my God, this is great. How you doing, baby? She looks at the nameplate. She's looking at, okay, where I'm sitting there, who's gonna be? She's like, who's Anna? Who's Anna?
Anna. Nicole. I'm looking forward to meet her. Doesn't Anna have issues with a couple of the girls now?
And she's like, Anna can cause. She's like, don't she have issue with some of the girls? She was like, no. She's like, you remember in New York, Andy asked a question, everything was good. No, Andy asked a question, and the girls was like, no, we don't talk to her. Fuck her. It was not a warm welcome, ma'am. So, you know, it was just kind of, you know, confusing. You know, Julie walks in and Alexia walks in. She hugs everyone, and you know, Alexia too is just like, who's Anna? And Nicole's like, Anna can go. She's like, y'all are so trifling. Like, why would you do that? Like, Alexia didn't even give enough time to process. She just reacted.
Anna. You guys, there's something else.
For me, I feel like there's something there, or Anna knows something, right? But, you know, she basically tells Nicole tells Alexia that, you know, Adriana invited her, And, you know, Alexia flips on her, and, you know, Marisol's going off in the back. And, you know, she's just like, she's like, Marisol, you need to stand up for yourself because, you know, I haven't stand up for you this year, but I'm standing up for you right now. You know, I'm having your back right now because I haven't had your back. I'm just like, girl, what? Huh?
I feel really bad for you, my friend. And, you know, I haven't stuck up for you yet, but I'm sticking up for you right now.
So, my whole thing is that, I mean, you're aware that you haven't been doing it, but go off. But we get the backstory where Marisol basically saying that, you know, Anna basically said that she looks like a walking corpse. Girl. Oh my God. And then, you know, you see the clip of like this podcast or YouTube channel that is going around, and the girl, like, she's saying some harsh things. I'm just like, girl, like, I mean, I get when you don't like someone, say what you got to say. Cool. But when we don't know the backstory, it does come across like, ooh, girl. Right.
We call her the rotting corpse, not only because she literally looks like a rotting corpse, but because she's truly, to her core, rotting.
So they get into each other's face, Alexia and Nicole, and they over here yelling. I don't like the fact that Alexia's gaslighting Nicole. She's like, why are you yelling at me? Why are you yelling at me? But she's like, why are you yelling at me? I'm just like, girl, you're yelling too. It's just, But at the end of the episode, we see Julia piecing all the pieces together. Because she's just like, oh, that's why Adriana was talking about Anna. Okay. She's like, okay, Adriana's being messy. Got it. And, you know, Alexia and Marisol, they grab their jackets. They storm out. They're like, thank you for the jacket. We gotta go. We're not doing this. And they storm out. And I hate the fact that one woman can make y'all storm out. For me, if I heard that somebody's over here talking about me religiously online and making me the topic of their conversation in a negative way, then when I'm going to be sitting in their face to face, I'm not about to run from no bitch. If you got an issue, say what you got to say to my face. You don't got to wait till you get online back home in this comfort or behind your little keyboard. Say what you have to say right now. If you got something to say what you got to say right now. And wherever way it go is the way it go, right? So I just find it funny how, you know, they got up and just storm off. Seeing the sneak peek, we know they come back and they, you know, say what they got to say. But my whole thing is, even in the sneak peek, y'all gave Nicole a lot of bop. Yeah, you did your mother, doing all of this, but it's like you got the girl sitting right in front of you that you beefing with, and you're saying to her, and that's the weird thing to me. So with Alexia and Marisol, y'all have so much of this, oh my God, but Adriana invited her, Anna's sitting there, but your beef is going to be with Nicole. Don't make sense to me, right? But that was the end of the episode, y'all. Let me know what you guys think. Do y'all think Nicole is being messy? I do, but I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Brian Keith, LG, Black Butte. Bet you didn't know we the Holy Trinity. Now let it God stop a y'all and break your ear here. Step into the room and get up in the bed. It tastes sweet, that's cause I'm good. It tastes sour cause I'm better than the hood. Cause I get you hyper when I'm running all around cause I excite ya. Let me talk real quick. You can't even get with the shit. You wanna go toe to toe with my flow? The sour candy all I really ask for. Now I got to go.